Hi everyone, we are going to do some main idea practice in your reader's notebook. So I do need you to get your notebook and you're going to practice with me as I model for you how to do it. And then I'm going to have you do some of this work on your own, just like if we were in school. It would be the same way that I'm going to show you and then you're going to do it as well. So here we go. So in your reader's notebook, I want you to open to a blank page and I want you to title it Main Idea Practice. And then I want you to put the date, whatever today's date is. And then let's go ahead and do the first one together. We're going to just label it Task Card 9. This one right here. Sorry, I keep trying to change my pen color. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. Let's do this tool right here. I'll do that one. Okay, so here's the first task card, and I'm going to read it and then model for you what I'm looking for. So whenever I'm looking for main idea, I am looking for keywords. Like, what are some important words that are standing out to me? Usually, sometimes I'll see words that are repeated. I'll see words that are like vocab words. And that's what I want to really look for. Now, on these smaller task cards right here, they're super short, so you won't have a ton. But when we get into those longer texts, you will definitely start to notice those. Okay. All right. Another thing I want you to really look at are there any topic sentences right away that are usually in the beginning? Now, not all main ideas have topic sentences as the first sentence, but sometimes they do. So it just depends on the paragraph. All right. And I think then we should be able to write a main idea statement. Remember, our formula is going to be the subject, meaning who is it about or what is it about, plus our verb, which is the action, plus the main idea or the big idea that we want. We don't want tiny details and small kind of things. We want the big idea. So here we go. We're on task card number 9. Remember, you can pause my video anytime to get caught up on writing or just to think about it or even to rewatch the video to understand it better. All right. Did you know that the idea for Velcro came from nature? So right away, I'm thinking that my subject might have to do with Velcro. So let's keep reading. One day in Switzerland, a man named George de Mestral decided to take his dog for a walk. When he got back to his house, he saw that there were many small burrs clinging to his dog's fur. He examined how the burrs were sticking under a microscope and ended up using what he saw to invent Velcro. So, what's the main idea of this paragraph? So, if we're following the subject verb main idea, before we start, I'm just going to quickly annotate off to the side. I know it's about Velcro. They mentioned the word burrs a lot on the dog. And then it looks like he was curious and did some research under his microscope to kind of find out more. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take what I annotated and I'm going to synthesize that into a main idea statement. Okay, I'm going to synthesize that into a main idea statement. So here we go. Let's see if I can get rid of this. Okay, here we go. So the subject plus the verb plus the main idea is what our formula is. So my subject is who or what is this about? Is this about George Mestral or is it about Velcro? Or kind of both, right? So I think it's about how Velcro was discovered. And remember, when we're doing this, we might have to revise it and change it, and that's okay. That's normal. Actually, that is a reading strategy called synthesizing. It's when you are merging ideas together, you're deleting things that you don't need, you are connecting, you are noticing, All of those things help you to synthesize. And synthesize means lots of revision and changes. So that's what we're going to do here. All right, here we go. So I'm going to start off with the subject, which is George de Mestral. Remember, you're going to be doing this work in your notebook with me, and you can always pause my video. And the subject is about Velcro, right? So I'm going to say George de Mestral discovered Velcro, or what we know today as Velcro, when he noticed, okay, I'm looking at my annotations. I got Velcro. When he noticed the burrs on his dog, and his curiosity led him to research. Period. Okay, so I've got the verb, which is he noticed. Okay, subject is Velcro. The verb is he noticed. And the main idea is basically that he was curious and it led him to research. Okay, so let's read that again. George de Mestral discovered Velcro when he noticed the burrs on his dog, and his curiosity led him to research. One trick I want to show you when you are writing a main idea sentence is using the word and to combine ideas. It really helps to use the word and sometimes because it connects two ideas, and that way you can write one sentence and not two, because we just want one sentence, right? Okay, how did that feel for you? Was that a 5? I totally got it. No kind of learning issues there. 4 is I feel pretty good. I could probably do this on my own right now. 3 is I'm okay, but I could do one more example for sure. 2 and 1 are I kind of need to do a little bit more than that. Okay, so see where you're at, and maybe on your notebook, write these numbers down and circle where you think you're at. Usually for most kids, when we first learn something, we're at a 4 or a 3, or sometimes we're at a 3 or a 2. It just depends on if you've seen this problem before, if you've had experience with it. And your goal is not to be at a 5 the first example. That's really hard to do. You kind of want to be at a 3 and it's okay to be at a 2. But the more examples, the more practice you do, the better you're going to be at anything, right? Think about sports, think about a musical instrument. The more practice you do, the better you get at something. So I want to do another example with you. We'll do task card number 10. Let's do this again in our notebook. You're going to number 10. And here we go. I like it if you would write the formula, subject plus verb plus main idea. If you write that, it'll help you remember what the parts are. All right, let's do task card number 10. The Atacama Desert is the driest place on Earth. It is located on a plateau in northern Chile. It almost never rains in the Atacama Desert. In fact, there are some areas of the desert where rainfall has never been recorded. The average yearly rainfall in the Atacama is just 1 millimeter. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to read it one more time, and this time I'm going to annotate what I'm noticing is important, keywords, key facts. Here we go. I'm noticing the word driest because it's a desert. It's located on a plateau in northern Chile. It almost never rains. In fact, there are some areas where rainfall has never been recorded. So if I were to say, what is the big idea there? I would put, it never rains. That is huge. The average yearly rainfall is just 1 millimeter. Now, this is kind of a detail that supports that it never rains. So I think me just saying never rains is probably enough, because to me, that's the main idea, right? Okay, so let's start our main idea sentence. The subject. I'm going to write this in green. The subject is obviously the Atacama Desert. Not dessert, guys. Remember, dessert has two S's because you always want more dessert. So the Atacama Desert, I think that it's the driest place on earth and that it never rains are two big ideas that I'm noticing. The Atacama Desert in Chile, I'm going to add that it's in Chile just so that we know where it is. That's important. In Chile is the driest place on earth. And another key word that I like to use to combine some things is the word because. That is an awesome word to use. Okay, so if you can use those kind of words like and or because or but or, they help combine sentences. And why? The main idea is because it never rains. I'm gonna put it never rains there. Okay, let's see if we can reread this and see if it makes sense. Subject, verb, main idea. The Atacama Desert in Chile is the driest place on earth because it never rains there. Okay, I think I captured the main idea. Subject is Atacama Desert. The verb in this case is. It just is. And then the main idea is it's the driest place because it never rains. Okay? So how did you do on that one? If you did okay, then you are probably in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're probably ready to do some practice on your own if you are at a 5 or a 4. If you're at a 3 or a 2, I'm going to suggest you watch one more example and then try some on your own. But if you're at a 5 or a 4, go ahead and stop my video and go to the next step where you're going to practice on your own. If you're at a 3, 2, or a 1, I want you to stay on and you're going to keep doing some more examples with me. Okay? All right. I think the key to doing this really well and understanding is just stopping a lot and thinking. Even though these are short task cards, it is still important to stop and think. Okay? All right. Let's do task card number 11. The smallest monkey in the world is the pygmy marmoset. A pygmy marmoset is only about 5 inches tall and weighs just 4 ounces. Pygmy marmosets live in the Amazon rainforest in South America. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed, but they keep repeating pygmy marmoset. So I know that's the subject. And they keep talking about how it is so small. 5 inches. It only weighs 4 ounces. If you know what 4 ounces is, that's pretty small. And this is super nice. It even says that in our topic sentence right there. So sometimes they'll just give you the main idea straight away in the very first sentence, which is nice, but that's not always the case. In this one, it kind of does tell us. So my annotation here is all of these details are describing how small it is. All right. Let's go ahead and write our main idea. What I'd like for you to do is pause my video and see if you can write it on your own, and then check back on this video and see if we have the same idea. Okay, so go ahead and pause if you need to, and then come back. All right, so the main idea for task card number 11 is the subject is going to be the pygmy marmoset. So we'll say the pygmy, oops, spelled it wrong, pygmy marmoset monkey. I want to say what it is because then it would be very clear to people what a marmoset is. The pygmy marmoset monkey is extremely small. Actually, I'm going to change that. It does say in here it's the smallest monkey in the world. So that's good information. So we'll change that to the pygmy marmoset monkey is the smallest monkey in the world. And if we want, we could even say, and currently lives in the Amazon rainforest. In South America, you could even add that. So if your idea is similar to mine, it doesn't have to be word for word, but it needs to just have these big ideas. Obviously, we want to have the word pygmy marmoset. We definitely want to have something about it being small. If you have that, I think you are in good shape and you probably are going to do fine with main idea. So same thing, let's kind of see where you're at. Now that we've done 3 examples, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, where are you with your learning? Hopefully by doing more examples, you have kept going up and up and up, and now you might be ready to just kind of be independent and try it on your own. All right, everybody, good luck.